tours I give, I started asking people to tell me the first word that comes to mind when they think of national parks. And I get preservation, conservation, trees, big. So far, I've done this about 5 times, no one has said science.
So we're heading down to the natural entrance of Carlsbad Cavern. We're going to be doing some swallow banding tonight with our cave swallows, and then we're going to be doing some bat mist netting afterwards.
Visitors to this park really appreciate the 2 iconic species that live here. And a lot of the visitors are surprised to hear about how dynamic these species can be from year to year.
So these are cave swallows, like a swallow but live in a cave. And they're cute. It's a really fine meshed net that is invisible to the bird just before they fly into it, so they can't avoid it. A person holds each pole on either end and can carefully control the tension on it.
I've been walking in and out of this cave for 9 years with the birds flying right over me, but I've never been this close to them before.
A lot of visitors will see things flying in and out of the cave and think that they're bats, and they're not. They're cave swallows, and so being able to talk about them and the research we do with them and how they're important to the cave too is really useful for me.
This study that we're part of right now has been studying them for just a little bit over 30 years. It's one of the longest long-term ecological studies.
You know, just to see the same birds over and over. Like this year, we've had such a drought, we're seeing these really low weights. Other years, we've had wetter years and we've seen birds weighing 30 to 35 grams. And this year, they're 20 to, 25, 26. Usually we get them out of the net, process them, and off they go again.
Tonight we're going to be capturing the Brazilian free-tailed bats as they're emerging out of the cave.
So we're on one of the switchbacks and I have a long net, probably 5-6 meter long net that I'm slowly waving in their path, and the net is carefully softened so that if they hit it by accident they don't get hurt.
This cave houses one of the most well-studied maternity colonies in the world. Females typically make up 90% of the colony at these sites.
And the question that we have been wondering about is what percentage of the population here in our bat cave is male versus female this year.
It's a conveyor belt of people who are rabies vaccinated. We need to pick them up.
You can tell if she's awake or not?
Yeah. Eventually, when you get used to holding them, they can be very comfortable and confident.
So I'm just marking down the sex, form length, and the weight of the bats.
Adult male.
Yep.
11 grams. 42.9.
Roger. You're all good.
I think I'm gonna just tell you if I see a female. I think the females may have abandoned this site for this year and aren't reproducing here. I don't think they've already finished. I think they're not reproducing. It's been really dry, so that makes sense. Hopefully that trend doesn't continue, but I think that's what they predict this area of the U.S. is going to turn into.
What we found tonight was really surprising. It's not what I expected at all.
There aren't a ton of bats, period, which we kind of saw.
But I did not expect to find almost 99.9% male.
Within, I'm not sure every visitor is going to care whether they're all boy bats or girl bats.
But it really changes the story that we tell as interpreters.